The distributed computing refers to a system where the processing and the data storage is distributed across different devices rather than being handled by a single device. Now let's see how the distributed system works. There is a task where you have to log into your banking account and then you have to initiate a transaction. So now I will log into my machine using my login ID and password, and then I will initiate a transaction, and then I will get an OTP, and then that has to be updated in my account. So consider that there are like thousand or millions of requests. One system cannot handle the login, transaction, OTP, and update everything single-handedly. Hence, one system will be responsible for the login activity, one system will be responsible for the transaction initiation, and the other system will be able to validate the OTP, and the last one is the updating the database. So this is how the distributed system works. So there are three different types of distributed system. One is client server systems, peer-to-peer systems, and then cell phone systems. Client server is a traditional one where you have one server and there are different clients connected to it. Peer-to-peer is kind of torrent which we use. So if we download, there might be multiple systems having multiple files, and you get piece of data from each of the system. And cell phone, it is the handheld device which we have where the data and the processing is being distributed through this hand devices. So in order to track this, there might be an issue when there is a transaction, when these microservices fails. So there is an option called distributed tracing. Under the distributed tracing, admin will monitor if there is any transaction issues or if there is a particular component being failed, and there are special tools available to monitor this distributed tracing. Now let's talk about grid computing. Grid computing is same as or a subset of the distributed system, but what exactly happens is that it just utilizes the computational power of the distributed system. For example, if there is a very huge calculation or if there is some kind of high volume of computation is required, then this grid computing is engaged. So there are like three different modules when the grid computing works. One is the control node, the other one is the provider, and the other one is user. So control node is the one which actually manages the traffic, okay, and distributes the load. The provider is the one which is actually involved in the computation. The user is the one who initiates this computation. So the grid computing basically utilizes the processing capability of the networked devices. Now when it comes to the types, there are three different types. One is computational grid, the normal one where the computational power is distributed. The second one is the scavenging kit. This is similar to the computational grid, but scavenging is the process of searching for the available computer resources in a network of normal computers connected. The last one is data grid. The data grid is nothing but a computing network which actually creates or stores a huge volume of data in a multiple systems.